And welcome to part two. This is putting in the wall lights. I picked up a couple of these. These are really useful when you're in dark areas. I think I got them from B&M's. Taking a notice of the Ever Ready. This has nothing to do with the Ever Ready of years ago. But these work great, and they'll run for a couple of hours before they finally run out. So just great for being around in the loft. And I have turned the power off, and I've got a few tools here. I've got wire strippers in my pocket as well, and a 20 amp junction box. That's right. So what we've got to do, we've got to get up in the loft. I've got to trace where this wire comes out. This will be for the actual wall light itself, and also see where the switch wire goes up and see if I've got enough room to get another one down there. If not, I'm going to have to chase that out, unfortunately. So next job is to pop up in the loft. Fortunately, this place has got a loft ladder, but I should point out this can be dangerous, not just for the fact that you can fall out of the hole, and that's not a good landing. My father did it and spent a long time in hospital, so you know you've got to be careful of these things. So be very sure about where you're putting your feet. Make sure your ladder's at least decent angle, and be particularly observant when you're walking around in the loft. Because if it's not boarded out, it's very easy to come through one of these ceilings. So I'm going to take a couple of big boards up with me today that I can shift about, so I've always got something solid to sit on. I can put that over the joist. So right, let's have a look and see what the loft's like. Look. Oh, no rafters really, is there? I mean, you've got bags of room up here. But my dad was really into his FM radio, so he's got that in the loft. But that, somewhere over there, and I think I see a cable peeking up over there, which will be the one for the wall light, I would imagine. And I've also got to find the one, which will be somewhere on the other side of this joist, but over there, for the wall switch. So next job is to shimmy over and pull that cable up and find the existing light cable so we can chop into it. It also seems to be a thing now that if they fit loft insulation, they have to put these notices up reminding you need a crawl board because there may be ceilings beneath the loft insulation. Certainly you cannot walk across this stuff without some kind of crawl board, which is what I brought up with me today. The one good thing I've just noticed now I've flat back this insulation is it's partly boarded out, so it looks like I've got a walk board at least across there. I imagine my father fitted that so he could get to his aerial and twiddle it, you know what I mean? Look at all the bits of dust. Right, time to put my dust mask on and shimmy across there. I'll take a board with me. Well, there's the cable. So, yeah, there's a joist there. It's good, something to stand on. Yes, that's the one. That's probably enough, but what I've got to do is I've got to locate the ceiling rose now. So I've got to go across this lot, at least find where the cable comes through. With a bit of luck, that won't be too difficult. Well, I can't say this loft isn't well insulated. Look how thick that is. Plus, there's an old layer from the old days down here. There's the lath and plaster beneath. So somewhere under here is the cable that goes to that light pendant, and that's the one we need to find. So I shall keep digging around until I find it. Ah, well, there's the light pendant. I've never seen such thin cable as that. So that can all be done. And saturate the brickwork behind, so we get a good bonding with the bonding plaster. As if you don't, and you leave this dry, all the plaster will just fall out, or it won't adhere, because it will just draw all the moisture out of the plaster. So we'll give it a good coat of that, and then right, we'll stick the plaster in. Right, now the cable's in the conduit. I've just filled that in with bonding plaster. which sticks really well, but you just got to leave it slightly lower than the surface so you can put a really fine plaster on to finish it. So we'll let that go off for a few days, and we should be able to start finishing that and getting it sanded and smooth, and then you won't see it, well, not when it's painted anyway.